Hey guys, welcome to Nico Play. This is another episode of Love, Money, Rock and Roll, and Nico came back to Himitsu's house. He wants to talk to her. I don't know what his intents. I don't know how this game gonna end. Probably we're gonna see it very soon. So let's go. An old woman's voice sounded and soon the door opened. Nikolai, good evening. Actually can be a nice preview, no? Damn, her eyes are huge. I recognize Himitsu's grandmother. Since our last meeting, she seemed to have grown 50 years older. Not 5. How's it possible? Nico-kun? She squinted her weak-sided eyes but didn't look particularly surprised. Wow, her eyes are bigger than Himitsu's one. Yes, I'm sorry for coming so late, but I know that Himitsu is here and I really need to talk to her. Himitsu-chan? No, she isn't here. The old lady went silent, as if gathering her thoughts. She and her father came here a week ago, but today she isn't here. The top of her head barely reached my chest, but she was managing to block the entire passage, and behind her I couldn't see what was happening inside the house. My attempts to see whether Himitsu's shoes were sitting on the Genkan were futile. Genkan are traditional Japanese entryway areas for a house, apartment, or building combination of a porch and a doormat. It is usually located inside the building directly in front of the door. The primary function of Genkan is for the removal of shoes before entering the main part of the house or building. Okay. But look. However, arguing with the old woman was foolish and simply pointless. I couldn't break into her house. Besides, if Himitsu had really wanted to, she would come out herself. Maybe I was wrong. Well, alright. Sorry then. Have a safe trip. Himitsu's grandmother said briefly and hurried to close the door. That was strange, though. I was sure that in different situations she wouldn't mention the fact that it was dark already and ask if I wanted to stay the night. I slowly walked away from the house and gave it a farewell look. Was Himitsu really not there? The best way to hide something is to put it out in the open, right? Although her father didn't seem to think so. Suddenly I saw someone's silhouette in the window covered with a bamboo grate. The paper frame slid to side, and I saw Himitsu. I was about to run to her, but she quickly shook her head, letting me know that it wasn't a good idea. I froze in hesitation. She was looking at me through the dusk of the autumn night with agony in her big green eyes. She wanted to take me right here, right now, in front of all my family. And then it became clear to me, she didn't want to see me. Dot. Oh, oh, damn, that's a new picture. I found a hotel to stay at after I returned to town. Where he got the money from? Wait. It was a typical ryokan. Ryokan is a type of traditional Japanese inn. I'd been in other ones before on school trips. I had to keep knocking on the door for quite a while before the sleepy host finally let me in. Then it took another 10 minutes to explain to her what I needed so late at night. Japanese people in rural areas wake up and go to bed early. Finally, she took me to one of the rooms and walked off to finish watching her dreams. Damn, that's a nice room. How much you paid for it, buddy? The hotel looked perfectly ordinary inside as well. I didn't know what I expected, or I expected anything at all. Well, definitely not a suite. I simply thought was going to do just fine. In American movies, any hotel room infallibly has a minibar. I wouldn't refuse the luxury, but all I had was a jug of water. My head was treacherously empty. I could only see Himitsu's face before me again and again. Leave! It seemed to be screaming at me. So I'd come here for nothing. It was all for nothing. Shinjuku Station, the long hours on the train, the girl sticking her tongue out. Even the sky full of stars. For nothing. There was something else in Himitsu's eyes, but I couldn't grasp what exactly. It clearly wasn't anger, resentment, or even surprise. No, she wasn't banishing me, only letting me know it wasn't the right time. I plopped onto the floor and looked at my reflection on the dark TV screen. Its convex surface was distorting reality and showing the room
as frames of a silent, monochromatic film. Guys, let me turn on the air conditioning. It's so hot. Alright, good. Everything's good. So hot, guys. 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Its convex surface was distorting reality and showing okay. This odd reflection looked 10 years older than me. An unfamiliar, alien, tired, haggard face stared at me with colorless eyes. The person locked on the other side of the screen seemed to have accepted his position as prisoner of a crooked mirror. And had accepted a while ago. No one ends up like this right away. Was it really me? What did Himitsu really want? This question popped into my head again. Could she go against her father's will now when he was so determined? And if she couldn't resist herself, there was no one but me to help her. I knew that sounded silly and presumptuous. Oh my god, who is using that words? Sometimes I think he come up with these words. They don't even exist. I went so far with my introspections that I imagined myself as her protector, a brave knight ready to do anything in the name of love, the only person capable of opposing the monster Yurisoki Ito. No matter if it was silly and naive, at that minute I was ready to do anything for the sake of love. So I decided to fight until the end. Third, I also decided to postpone the fight until tomorrow and fell asleep without even taking my clothes off. Like Niko Bellic from GTA 4. I probably was laying down like that, yeah? Oh, it's already another day? Okay. September 27th. Yeah, with such a pace, guys. I don't know. I won't be surprised if we will be already October, November, December. Morning in the countryside and morning in stuffy Tokyo are totally different. It had been so long since I was last out in nature, waking with the sunrise, the cool wind, and the singing of birds. It had been so long since the morning sun caressed my face with its welcoming rays. Didn't feel like my musty bedroom at all. Just say the sun comes up, that's it. The sun is rising, like Beatles used to sing. It felt like I was ready to move mountains, but the whole idyll was disturbed by someone's voice insistently demanding my attention. And it wasn't Himitsu's. I wanted to keep my eyes closed, to retain that pleasant feeling of morning half-sleep. The fuck? Then my world started shaking. More and more. What happened? There was the screen shaked. And the voice kept calling me more and more insistently. Nikolai! Wow, so loud. So loud, so loud, so loud. Ryusoki-san was standing over me, shaking me by the shoulders. He wasn't even trying to conceal the irritation on his normally emotionless face. Awake? Finally! Finally, Yakuza-san! Oh, what do you want? My consciousness had no desire to return from the land of dreams. Himitsu's father took a step back. He had a katana, long hair, and he said, "Raise this hatred, Sasuke." Nikolai, for some reason you didn't take in what you told at all. Are you seriously this bent on self-destruction? I got up, all in one motion, my vision blacking out for a moment. I thought I clearly told you that you and my daughter are done. But no. First I had to take her away from Tokyo, so now you hunting her down here, is that it? I guess it is. Nico-kun became like fucking Cloud or Naruto, after evolving his 9 tails, he's becoming very cool. Not that Kido from the first season. I have a short reply. So what should I do with you? He threw his arms up in the air so casually. It seemed we were talking about a naughty puppy, not my life, and he looked like an Italiano, like Papito. I'm sorry, Papito is Spanish, but it's sorry, Don Corleone. His profession clearly required some acting skills, but in my opinion, Ryusoki-san tended to go a bit overboard. Keeping quiet now. You shouldn't thought of that before. Nani? Ryusoki-san, what's this all for? I'm here and so are you. And so is Himitsu. Have you ever asked her what she wants? Have you ever wondered what her wishes and feelings are? You pretend that you're not protecting her. No, you believe it. You really believe you're doing it all for her own good. But ask Himitsu, does she agree with your decisions? Is she happy with your future? It's not only about me. After all, when she's got so little left of school, she just had to drop everything, her friends, her old house, where she had been living her entire life. Is that really what's the best for her? She's not a little child anymore. Are you done? And he was like, like fucking vampire. Ryusuke-san asked coldly. Not a single muscle twitched his face. Nikolai, you don't know what life is. I already told you that I feel sorry about your situation, but there's nothing to be done about it now. All your words and actions are just a display of your youthful idealism. How do you manage the future of the son of Soviet spies and the daughter of a Japanese intelligence agent, of a gaijin and a Japanese, of Soviet Union and from East and West, Yakuza and Mafia, aliens and Naruto? Okay, let's play this fucking game. But Himitsu is only half Japanese. Annoyance flashed across his face, but only for a moment. Ryusuke-san clearly didn't like to discuss his ex-wife. I wondered how the fact that she was Russian was connected to his work spying on Russian immigrants. Ugh, motherfucker, I knew you like Russian girls. You bitch. I don't like Russian girls, by the way, but it's okay. Like, how dare he did that? What was the cause and what was the effect? You leave me no choice. So what, you going to just shoot me? You have a gun? Just shoot me right now. That thought, and most importantly the thought that my life might end here now, took my breath away. Hey, come on, Nico, just give up his life. I mean, give up your life. Well, then you should know that Himitsu saw me... Shit. Himitsu saw me last night, and that... she'll never forgive you for it. Ryusuke-san closed his eyes and sighed heavily. Don't make things even more complicated, Nikolai. You knew how it would end when you decided to come here. I didn't know anything like that. And I really hadn't been thinking about anything of the sort. Children shouldn't be responsible for their father's sins. Neither me nor Himitsu. Nothing but empty words. Life isn't a TV show. It's not Naruto. And you aren't its protagonist. You still think a suspect you of a something. He smirked and walked back and forth through the hotel room, as if studying it and wondering about staying. He approached the window and looked outside, paused there a few seconds, and nodded for someone downstairs. That cold, calculated approach is how he was with everything, starting with the choice of furniture in a room and ending with human lives. Had that been the case, at the very minimum, I wouldn't be talking to you here now. People get into bad situations on accident. Unfortunate things happen in their lives, also on accident. And it's nobody's fault, you can't fix it, you just need to move on. But you don't want to, you just stand pat and create problems for others. And that's unacceptable. Those are accidents, understand? A sequence of events that happen by themselves and that nobody's responsible for. Meanwhile, you're trying to blame me. Kobayashi Corporation, Japan, everyone around you. And by doing so, you're causing problems for everybody, including yourself. We can't allow this to continue. You think I came here to the middle of nowhere to investigate my parents' murder? True hatred for this person started to boil up inside me. I started to prepare my bastard sword. Here we go again. Murder. I only came here for Himitsu. I interrupted him. Even if for the last time, I want to hear it from her. I will not allow you to see my Himitsu, he said firmly. I started to think of my options. Of course, Ryusuke-san was over 50, but he was still a trained agent. And who was I? A fucking drunk student that doesn't know how to even squat properly or probably do a push-ups? Fuck no. Besides, he most likely had a gun. Therefore, trying to run wasn't an option, at least not now. You already caused us enough problems, Nikolai. Let's go. He pointed to the door. Go where? For God's sake, would you stop? There was steel in his voice and I lost any desire to argue. While we were going downstairs, I couldn't stop thinking about Himitsu's anguished expression when she was looking out the window of her grandma's house. No, it wasn't a sign of despair. She looked more like a princess who wanted to be rescued. And you definitely does not look like a prince who needs to be rescued, motherfucker. Let's become... Sorry, guys. Okay, that's better. Like the dark side and light side. We walked out to the street. A black Toyota was waiting in front of the hotel. The brute in the driver's seat stared at me unblinkingly. Meanwhile, the town had already awoken. People went to bed early here, but woke up just as early. Smiling old women were walking the streets. Smiling old men were opening the stores, and sleepy tourists were crawling out of their hotels. Perhaps I wouldn't win a fight with Yurisoki-san, but there was no way he'd start shooting here now. And I was quite confident in my sprinting ability. I'm sorry, Yurisoki-san. He looked at me confused. Let's finish this conversation another time. I broke into run. The wind was whipping against my face, my lungs burned from the freezing morning air, the unfamiliar voice demanding I stop was becoming quieter and quieter. I didn't dare to look back, I couldn't even think about that. The sound of the car engine was getting closer and made it turn into a narrow alley between houses. They wouldn't shoot me in the back. In broad daylight, after all. A resort town isn't the best place to chase your target by car. It seemed that Yurisoki-san and his henchmen had realized that too. The sound of the car engine and the screeching of tires disappeared completely. I ran into the main street and quickly looked around. Everything seemed to be fine. I caught my breath and quickly thought over what I would do now. Since they couldn't catch me, they would first try to block all my escape routes, which at minimum were the railway station and the hotel I couldn't return to. But I wouldn't give Yurisoki-san the satisfaction. My God! The target was clear, and so was the route. I had to talk to Himitsu no matter what, even if it was the last thing I did in my life. What could a normal person say about running? Most likely that aerobic exercise is good for the cardiovascular system. But if you think about it, that's a very shallow and incomplete conclusion. I was never particularly sporty, but of course I'm fucking drinking every day. Come on, what type of sport you want me to do? But at the same time I had no extra fat on me, didn't smoke, and occasionally played football. Oh my God, I don't smoke, but I drink every day, yes. Running a few kilometers to Himitsu's grandma's house? Easy. No way. Of course, it was foolish to try and outrun a car. If Yurisoki-san went there immediately, I had no chance. After a few minutes, I slowed down a bit. It was impossible to cover the entire distance at this pace. After catching my breath, I felt into rhythm and was running effortlessly. I pushed off my leg, and it felt as if I was soaring up a few meters and then down to earth, bouncing softly just to go up again. It's hard to run and think at the same time. I wasn't even trying. Everything was clear anyway. My way lay across the little hill, and down below I could see green fields separated by a thin scar of railway. A train was slowly going in the direction of Tokyo, working its way around the mountain that loomed over the landscape like a silent guardian. I was running forward, while the train was heading in the opposite direction. I wondered if that ill-mannered girl was inside, returning home. The road led to the forest, though I barely could call it a road. It was more like a narrow path shaking among the trees. What if this was the Suicide Forest? Oh yeah, the famous one in Japan, I remember. I looked around as... No, there's Suicide Island. Oh no, Suicide Forest, never mind. I looked around as I ran, but noticed nothing unusual. There were no dead bodies, ghosts, or even wild animals. That's why it's Suicide Forest, because you won't see them. Then I quickened my pace and soon ran across a wooden bridge. The planks under my feet stained and squeaked like an old man scolding children. A bird's cry came from behind me, like a scream of despair. I tripped over the tree root, fell to the ground, seriously bruising my palms. Idiot. But that only stopped me for a couple of seconds, and there was again running onward through this strange forest. As if I were making my way through all the obstacles of life, leaving behind so many things that had been holding me back. The sun's rays were penetrating the dense canopy of trees. I was sweating. I was sweat. I was fucking so sweaty, so juicy. So Himitsu can lick every single drop of me. Hopefully. And my sweat was rolling into my eyes, salty, nasty, burning. I had to wipe them constantly. I was blinking so often that it felt like I was in a film by Brothers Lumiere going 16 frames per second. Damn, how he could know exact... Oh my god. After some time, my heart started making itself known, its beats becoming clearer and more frequent. Every beat echoed in my head, blood pulsating in my temples, ears popping, and I had to swallow nervously, which wasn't easy as my mouth was absolutely dry. Finally, I saw a gap between the trees and dashed through the small, at least a couple centuries old house. I was near. The plots of land were situated next to each other without any system or plan. Bigger, smaller, triangular, square, rectangular. Some lacked any buildings at all, while others just had shacks built on them, and others had decent houses. But in general, there were no wealthy peasants in this village. No kulaks to dispose us, at least. Kulaks? Oh my god. In Russian Soviet history, a wealthy, a prosperous peasant, they were famously a target of mass repression in the Soviet Union. How the fuck you know that? How? I sniffed, immediately starting to lose my breath. I felt more respect for Ryusuke Ito for making his way up in the world from here. Usually great figures come from the lowest social classes. Genius never makes it to the second generation. Having experienced their share of loss and suffering, they often project their distorted sense of justice into their people. There are many such examples in history, and not just Russian's history. I was running on the compacted clay that served in place of asphalt here, paper shacks passing before my eyes. A seemingly 100-year-old woman brandished a broom at me and shouted something. Who even runs in the middle of the day, you bitch? I was too tired to react in any way. There were about 100 meters left to Himitsu's house. A last dash, and I saw the familiar roof around the corner. Yes, baby, yes, take me right now. It happens often. You only remember separate details out of the whole picture, and those details look like different colored pieces in a puzzle with 1,000 pieces. All the roofs in this village were more or less the same. All the houses were more or less the same height. But I instantly recognized the one I was looking for. Okay, we got it. After running into the yard, I doubled over with my hands on my knees. The air was hissing out of my open mouth. Here I was! Take me! Ryusuke-san's car was nowhere to be seen. I tried to take a step forward, but couldn't even raise my leg. It seemed to be made of stone, rooted to the ground. I hit my knees a few times and slowly wobbled to the door. Help, 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 please be home, just be home. I was whispering, I need just a minute, not even a half minute, 5 seconds. 5 seconds would be enough to tell you everything. I love you. Please just be home. I thought I heard the sound of cars somewhere in the distance, but the next second everything was again filled with the normal sounds of village, the cries of cattle and poultry, the cracking of firewood, the grating of a saw, and the knocking of hammers. Just open the fucking door. Stop explaining me that. Oh. It felt like it didn't belong here, first in this typical Japanese countryside, and then in Japan altogether. I couldn't imagine how I could live like this, even with Himitsu. It absolutely wasn't my thing. I immediately wanted to return to Tokyo with its crazy speed of life and pulse of 200 beats a minute. That's where my heart was supposed to beat so quickly. Not here, at the front door, the house where multiple generations of Ito's family had been raised. I knocked. But nobody replied. I kept knocking again and again and then ran to the backyard. Everything was closed and it was clear there was no one at home. Well played, Ito. Taking Himitsu away at the first sign of danger. What if it was her idea? After all, yesterday she... No. I was afraid to believe, but there was a possibility that Himitsu had decided to leave herself in order to avoid seeing me. I busted in the garden door and walked inside. I checked all the rooms, but the house was empty. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a really good one. That's like some Robbie from Silent Hill 3. I returned to the living room and checked everything again. A pink elephant was sitting on the table. How could I not have noticed it? It was sitting motionlessly on its pedestal and staring at me with its cold black eyes. Was that a message? Or was that Ito again? I sank powerlessly to the floor and put my head on the table. The stuffed animal was emotionless, but I still seemingly could see a sad expression on its face. What, your mistress left you? I addressed it. So... we're the only one left. The only two left. I yanked the elephant by its trunk. It tilted and fell to the ground, and a little folded piece of paper slid out from under it. It rose a couple centimeters over the table and slowly glided down. As if enchanted, I watched its flight and for a long time after couldn't shake a strange numbness from my body. Nico-kun, crossed out. Sorry, but, crossed out. It would be better if both of us, crossed out. The note had obviously been rewritten several times and was never finished. But what did it change? What did it matter who had left the elephant and stupid piece of paper and why? The most important thing was that it was Himitsu's handwriting, the way she chose to bid me farewell. Maybe these were her last words. So did it really matter now? Who was right and who was wrong? Excuse me, guys. I wondered if this elephant felt as lonely as I did, if it was as worried as I was. I'd always thought that objects like it have their own egregore, and thanks to our thoughts and memories gain their own souls. The elephant had absorbed all my love for Himitsu and all her love for me, and then it was thrown away like a piece of shit. Getting rid of things that reminded you of a person you love is the point of no return. The sound of a car engine reached me from outside. Please just fucking kill him, just fucking finish his struggle, please. Please fucking finish him. Ryusoki-san, please, I beg of you. In the name of all Yakuza and Japanese of the 80s, please kill him. I had no strength left to run, so I walked into the yard, tensed up and prepared for the worst. Harakiri! There should be a knife in the house, just make the harakiri. Kill yourself, Nico. My arms went impotently limp, like my little guy between my legs. The last remaining energy leaving me. Or, that's another one. That's a really good one, actually better than elephant. Ito appeared from around, twice from, okay? He appeared from around the corner accompanied by a couple goons. Got you now, Nikolai. Where's Himitsu? She doesn't want to see you. Did she say so herself? Yes. I don't know what you did, but in the end I'm glad that my daughter was able to make the right choice. I warned you more than once. She made her choice, and I made mine. I got Sarakara Boo! No? He could be lying, probably was. But the expression with which Himitsu had looked at me out of the window, the unfinished note and the damn pink elephant, didn't she realize what the consequences would be for me? And if she did she care? It took me too long to realize I love her. So here we are. I smirked and closed my eyes. I assume this is the end? I don't like cheap melodrama. Ito said coldly and drew his pistol from a pocket at his chest. Yes, yes! Guys, this game gonna fucking finish. Please, please finish, please finish. Well, at least tell her I knew full well that he wouldn't. Tell Himitsu that I wish her happiness. Okay. Ito lowered his pistol for a second as a shadow of doubt crossed his mind. Theatrics even in the face of death. He grimaced in disgust and cocked the gun. But the shot didn't come. I was counting instinctively. 1, 2, 3. To dirty my hands, he said in squeamish tone and lowered his weapon. This time really is the last one. Run away. Run and don't look back. Try to get as far as possible from me and my daughter, Tokyo and even Japan if you can. You're still young, you can start over. In 10 years you won't even remember this conversation. He sighed. Even if Himitsu will never know about this, I don't want her to even imagine I could be such a monster. Your love didn't work out. That happens too, it's nobody's fault. Where do I go now? Forward, with your head up high, just fight your way through life like you've been doing so far. Don't let one wrong turn become a dead end. Now it was Ryusoki-san's turn to be way too pretentious, and I found it funny. I smirked and immediately felt strength returning to me. After all, nothing stopped me from dying whenever. So just let me go like this? I'm sure that's what Himitsu would want. Thank you. Fuck! No! Why you didn't kill him? I sat unexpectedly even to myself, passed by them as if in slow motion and walked down the street in the direction of the town. I could try to find Himitsu again, or I could return to Tokyo, but I clearly realized that this chapter of my life was over. I had been running a marathon, but I slipped and fell before the finish line. Now I had to make a choice to keep lying where I was, or resisting all pain and suffering, stand up and go the rest of the way, receive the honorary certificate and a sack of rubbish for an award. After all, the life of every person is a race where the goals on their tombstone wear their name on it. All we can choose is whether it's a nameless wooden cross or a fancy stone monument, and I decided not to end my race early. Now I'm losing strength. Now I don't have strength to fucking continue this shit. The wind, unusually warm for this season, came down from the mountains and blew against my back, sweeping away from the remains of my previous life. Suddenly I felt an unusual lightness, and everything that had happened over the last weeks left only a feeling of slight sadness, plus my love for Himitsu that didn't go anywhere. It will live there. It would live there. Deep inside, for the rest of my life, and become a story. The story would be forgotten, as there wouldn't be anyone to tell it to convey everything I had felt then. And now another story is beginning for me. A different story. Maybe it's the end? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, please be end. Can you imagine if it's gonna be the end? I mean, like, okay, we come back, we're gonna go back to school, you know. Oh, but we have no money. So he's gonna die from starvation, not from pistol, but... Yes, we finished it! We fucking finished this game! Oh my god, yes! Yes! Fuck Catherine, fuck Saya-chan, fuck Ichinose, fuck... oh no, Michael, I love Michael, so we're gonna come back to Michael. Fuck Kagome, fuck Catherine, fuck, like, everyone. We finished it. Wow. Just wow. Well, what can I say? What can I say, guys? This game, I liked it. I really liked it because, first of all, till the very end, I didn't know what is this game about. And even after the finishing, I cannot explain you what was this game about. It was about the guy who is literally like Oblomov. Go read, go Google who is Oblomov. He was tried to look some weird happiness in his life, but the happiness was always right next to him. He never accepted Catherine. He never tried to become together with Himitsu. He never improved himself. He was a petty, useless piece of garbage in this life. And in the end, he's still a useless piece of garbage. He's nobody. He lost Himitsu, he lost Catherine, he lost his money, which means he won't be able to get more money, you know, and probably he's just gonna end up on street, and I hope he will catch HPV, HIV, AIDS, cancer, COVID, hopefully, and that's it, he will die, and that's the end of the story, and this story is beautiful. I'm really happy. This is actually a little bit sad. I still wanted him to get killed, you know, just because he pissed off, you know, the parent. And the parent was like, you know, the intelligence, all that, he could do whatever he wants. Yakuza, you know. But the game itself, it pointed clearly that it doesn't give a fuck about the player. I mean, about me. It's like, I don't give a shit what choices you're picking up. We don't give a shit like how you want this game end. I mean, the game actually got me a little bit, in some places. And probably I was not supposed to make those decisions because some decisions were really clever. And probably if I would keep to them, we went to the cinema or to the park, all that thing with Himitsu, picked up the phone, refused to sit home or something. Maybe we'll then ended up with Himitsu. Like, Himitsu would hug us, make a good blowjob, something. But in the end, the game ended up being absolutely pointless. It's still fun. I still liked it because till the very end I didn't know what the fuck I'm playing. Yes, it's a novel, graphic novel. I'm pretty sure the amount of words that I pronounced during this fucking playthrough, if you can call it a playthrough, it's like a fucking Lord of the Rings 3 books. I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure that's how many words we used to say. Okay, maybe not the entire 3 books, but at least 1 book for sure. Like Fellowship of the Ring or 2 Towers, I don't know. For sure, next time, if I'm gonna pick up this game, we're gonna go again. I'm pretty sure, guys. I hope you enjoyed me listening. I hope you enjoyed my comments on that stupid Soviet, Japanese / communism / fascism things that he was mentioning and bringing up, which is actually very stupid of the author. How the fuck 17 years old student will know about kulaks, about fucking kitchens on the Soviet buildings? Like, how? We had one episode when he was driving with his dad, and he completely, he didn't pay attention to anything his family was saying. Okay, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to everyone who supported this game in the many years of its development. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. To write down the stacks, you really need a couple of years. Yeah, so we saw the one episode when Nico-kun, he was boring. Yeah, oh, Dad, I don't give a shit. I don't want to, be. And the dad, listen to me, Nico. Listen to me. I'm pretty sure he was just like, I won't be even surprised. Even one of his friends or, I don't know, neighbors would ask, hey, I'm sorry, what was the name of your father? And he would be like, I know his name is Anakin like mine, but I don't remember his first name. I'm pretty fucking sure Nico-kun is like one of those people. He never mentioned his mother. He never mentioned he mentioned he has no siblings, but so. It's probably the supporters. Oh, the pre-orders, yeah. Russian fish, dude. Very cool. Arnie Wall. Oli Drowley. Fucking GR. Pioneer. Kamikaze 500. Damn. I don't know those people, of course, but based on their nicknames, they're very interesting people. Yeah, the ending, okay, the Nico-kun is gonna go back, so what? His account gonna unblock? This game can be unlimited. I mean, till the time when Nico will die. He's gonna keep going to school, he will drop out from school, or he will graduate the school, he'll go to work to shop to his ramen, or probably he will become a bartender. But actually, those people who likes to drink, I heard they will never get hired as a bartender, never. Because those people who pour in drinks, they sometimes can pour in do like that. I'm telling you. So never hire people who likes to drink, guys. Never. That's what I heard. Oh my god, how many supporters that thing had? That's freaking amazing. I don't know. I don't even remember how much this game costs. Not the full price for sure. But even if everyone would pay, let's say $20, Damn, that's fucking lots of money they raised. Sirius, Mandula, Znakomi Pioneer, Samurai Flamenco. That's a true fans of Love, Money, Rock and Roll. Well, probably it's gonna be like an Eternal Summer, because I know this author, the guy who created this game, he also has another 2 games, I think. It's called Eternal Sun. There's 2 parts. And I heard very good things about that. Like, it's, it's more compact, it's more straightforward. Yes, it's also stupid, yes, it's also pathetic, but it's more, compact. If this game would last not like 17, how many episodes we have? 18, guys, or 19? Like, if this game had, like, let's say 9 episodes or 10 episodes, right? That would be fantastic. This game would be, like, really, cool. Just cut out half of the school thing, cut out half of this useless interrogations, like, with his friends. Or, Nikolai, how you feel? Nikolai, why you haven't been in school? We received this question, like, 100 times. 100. Nikolai cannot accept the fact that he has to go to school. And from the very first episode, I was like, wait, this guy, he doesn't go to school, basically. And the second was like, okay, he doesn't want to go to school. And then the third one, I was like, okay, he's an alcoholic. It was like that. But now, it's... even when I finished the very, very end, I have no clue. Will he go back to school? Will he change his life? What about Catherine? What about Saya-chan? What was the point of showing Saya-chan, that rock and roll queen? What about Kagome? Like, we were supposed to date them? We're supposed to show some empathy? Or we supposed to just, like, fucking quit their, But actually, all the time when he was like, oh, should I go outside? We were just, like, sitting at home. I'm sorry, I'm just coming up with crazy ideas before, these credits will stop rolling. I don't know, it's already 10 minutes have passed since the credits are rolling. I'm really not sure what was it supposed to be in the end. Yes, I do know there's multiple endings. But I'm not gonna replay this shit for sure, never. I also gonna tell you some other spoilers, like you can right now stop probably the video or just skip it. I do know that there is an interrogation room. I do know Catherine's mother appeared here a couple of times. I do know that Nico-kun had many, like, big problems, like with the pistol already in the beginning of the game. Not in the beginning, like maybe in the middle. And I do saw some videos, because I swear, guys, I tried to Google already those, full playthroughs. Fucking nobody played it through. Fucking not even single person finished it, did a length playthrough. Yeah, somebody did episodes, but I don't like it. I like either the full game, either the endings. The endings was like 6 endings for Himitsu or something. 6. But it's just for Himitsu. We have Catherine. I think we have Saya-chan. And maybe we have Kagome, I don't know. Because what was the point to protect Kagome? Remember? When some boys, they're like, oh, look, she looks like, I don't know, out of nowhere she called her like a prostitute or some shit, like something horrible. Can you imagine you just came to the school, you saw a girl, any girl, and you're like, hey guys, look, she looks like a fucking, like, will you ever do that? I don't know, I don't know any single Japanese, like, of course I know some Japanese people, but I never heard them acting like that, and that was like, those people that were at the school that definitely acted like that. That's like harassment, hatred, fascism, racism, like everything. Oh my god, will they ever finish? Wow, I see someone, because I know how to read Russian, I see someone try to propose, you know. They're like, hey, my name is Sergey, and her name is Valeria. Valerie, sorry. Valeria, fucking Game of Thrones. And he was like, will you marry me? And it was like 2 names, like, go one after another. So probably it's 2 pre-orders. They wanted to, you know... Wow, oh my god. How many names? Seems like this game was made only for those people, you know? Just to show their names. But okay, let's respect everyone. Because I do respect, you know, your time, my time, author's time. And let's see how the credits gonna roll. It's already like more than 10 minutes. Already 12 minutes. I don't know what's gonna be in the end. I'm just hoping maybe the train will stop and we're like, Catherine. No, Kathy. Can I fucking skip it? No, I cannot skip it. Wow. Yeah, because it's already late. I have to cook. Have to start cooking. Yes, guys, unfortunately I cook. Unfortunately, I do cook a lot. Every single day. Why unfortunately? Because I didn't cook for like 6 years? Like at all? Well, okay. Almost 6 years. Because sometimes I had to cook because I was completely alone without anyone. And I was like, I have to cook. Otherwise I'm gonna fucking die. It was after I went to McDonald's 10 times, you know, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck, I'm a punk. Nice names. Punk's not dead, right? Punk's not dead. Yevgen Purgen. Will they fucking finish? Like, seriously, like, it's already... No, nothing fucking works, okay? Let's wait. Let's just wait and enjoy. Probably 30 minutes of gameplay and 30 minutes of credits. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those people who were waiting for their name, they will be like, oh, where is me? Oh, it's me, Prizrak935. Yeah, that's me. I mean, I do understand the point, you know, to kind of show off the support, like, to make a proposal. That's actually a very cool idea. To propose to a girl or guy, like, hey, do you want to marry me? Let's be together. But it would be stupid, like, if your spouse gonna sit on the left, you know, right, on the right side, and they're like, wait, just hold on a moment, just read the fucking names and be ready. And you're just like sitting like 2 idiots and you're staring at the screen, and then you're like, look, and she or he will be like, oh, I have spent 20 hours in this game just to see this shit. Like, I will never marry you, never. Guys, can we please finish it? Like, seriously, already not funny. No, I don't want to go to main menu because we need to fucking finish it. Wow. There was like the long message was saying, let's count all together how much beer the author can purchase after our donations. You know, the fact that only the names, guys, listen, only the names rolls like at least 9 minutes. At least 9 minutes, maybe more already. I just lost the count. If anyone paid at least $1, I'm pretty sure there was like already thousands of people. No, okay, $1 is not that many. Okay, again, like $10, like fucking $10,000, and maybe $100,000. Like this guy is already richer than the creators of what's the indie games, Fall Guys or fucking what else? Like super small studios. Not the Shovel Knight. Loop Hero, like these games, like where it's like, you know, 2 people created the game, 1 person. Guys, I'm fucking starving, seriously. It's already night. And I have to wake up tomorrow at 5. Yeah, because if you notice, guys, I'm always recording the game with some prediction, you know. I know that we won't exceed more than an hour, you know. But probably we will exceed, because I don't know when things gonna stop rolling. I don't know. Let's just keep rolling. No, but probably it's just donations, you know. Like if you paid up to one, you know, starting from $1 and can be like fucking up to 100 probably, or maybe even 1,000. Maybe someone of them paid $1,000 for this game. I don't know. Some people do care about their, you know, about the time and about their wishes. So no wonder when their Kickstarter is like starting and some big projects are getting announced, no wonder that they're raising like let's say they asking $1 million, right? No wonder they raising this amount in less than fucking, I don't know, 1 hour. Like seriously, if it's like super anticipated things, super like, of course people just like bam bam bam. But probably this game has been anticipated for a while, especially after Eternal Summer. Like, oh my god. Right before this game, I really wanted to check Eternal Summer, but I heard that it's completely not linked to each other. Yes, it's the same author, but it's completely 2 different games. So this is why I went there, you know. It's like Burnout, Sirius, and Black on from Criterion Games. I don't know, it's like Star Wars and freaking Last of Us, or Crash Bandicoot and Uncharted, you know, something like that. Wow. Wow, just wow. Yeah. It's already dark outside, guys. That's how long we're playing. I don't want to cut anything. I just want to sit and just enjoy and pretend that I'm happy that I finished it. No, I'm really happy. I'm really happy, guys. No jokes. If I wouldn't be happy, you wouldn't see my face. Like after the credits, I would just like turn off, say go, thank you, goodbye. I don't give a shit how this game gonna end. We see the credits. Officially, that means this is the end of the game. Like in speedrun community, you probably heard that. Once the credit starts, that's it. It's the official, usually like 99%. Yeah, some games like Metal Gear Solid, before the end screen, you know, the statistics screen, you know, how many people you killed, how many alert triggered and everything, yeah. Guys, I already ran out of ideas what to talk about. Yeah. Because I want to feel every second of this game. And this is still kind of the game, because it's still, you know, credits and they're still rolling. Wow. That was literally it? Guys, you won't believe me how much time have passed. You will never believe me. I already finished the 5th episode of House of the Dragon. I cooked dinner. I took a shower. I don't know, I did so many things and it just literally finished. It was almost 2 hours. The credits. And well, thank you very much for watching until the very end. Please join the channel, subscribe on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. In the description down below the game will be playlist with this game. Thank you very much and we'll see you next playthrough.